how's it going there, everybody? Dave in Kentucky. Got us a little coffee here, and you saw the thumbnail. We're using an Ivogue razor, so a little information from Waite's Compendium. See if I can make it clear or muddy the water on it. But anyway, it's very similar mechanism. I'll show you it in a second. To the Clark's razors. So if you go to Clark's in the Compendium, there are a ton of them. They had the Clark's, they had things that preceded it, but this style of razor was a Clark's King. They had the Knocksaw, they had the Silver King, the Gold King, the Trial King, the Winner. You know, they had a bunch of them. In the midst of that, there was a patent infringement dispute with Gillette. And I don't know what came of that because they kept making razors. I don't know if they won or there was an agreement or settlement of some sorts. But the one I have is the Ivogue razor. I have the Kings as well. I've had almost all of them. Anyway, where are we at here? Mentions the Ivogue here. Pictures of it here. Anyway, so the Clark's was in New Jersey, Newark. That was the Clark's Blade and Razor Company. Ivogue, it says the premium company in New York, New York. Trademark on it was October 10th, 1911. That's stamped on the razor. It also has some information here with regard to a sign to Trout and Hine, well-known maker in New Britain, Connecticut. So I don't know if the premium company got an agreement to use the patent from Clark's and paid them a royalty or something, and then had Trout and Hine make it for them. I don't know. Then we'll set that aside. I think patents for Clark's went as early as '09. So, but theirs were metal. This one comes in an ivory handle. Came in a case, celluloid or something, I don't know. Has the dull and sharp blade containers that are made out of the same material. I'm assuming like a Bakelite. And that may be what the case is made of. The hinges broke on the case, but other than that, it's in good condition. Seems to be par for the course with those cases. Hard to find them still attached and in good condition. Anyway, so the design on these, here's the razor itself. Basically you slide your blade in here and you see how this kind of pivots there. So as you put the blade in there, and you've got the minor stops down here, not much of them, but guides on either side to keep the blade under, and as you tighten the handle into it, it raises this part up against the blade to hold it in place. So see if we can show you that. Take the handle off. And we got a new gem stainless steel blade here. Saw Fuzzy's video this morning. I intended to use this today. Anyway, so you slide that in under there, up against those stops. Get it even there. Then you put the handle on. Lifts that just enough. Let me make sure we're lined up here. Yep, just enough. It's nice and steadied in there. So we're all set. So let me go ahead and get using pencil pushers by Barrister and Mann today. Get some water on our brush, and since I'm using pencil pushers, you know, cedar pencils, I'm using one of my favorites here from Graydog, a Quilt brush. And it has a brown maggard synthetic knot. So anyway, like I said, I still have one or two of the Clark's razors. One that's in the silver case. And they shave great. May have one up here. Let me look here. Aha. I do. There's the Clark's King. That was one of the first ones. So similar design and how that works, but they came with metal handles. Okay. Alrighty. So, saw Fuzzy's video today, as I mentioned. He keeps talking about getting a haircut and cleaning the back of that neck up. Come on, Fuzzy. Anyway. He acts like it's hard. It's not hard. I don't usually do it on video because I usually take my shirt off because the collar gets up around my neck and my back hair grows into my neck hair. I know, right? Anyway, I get a better shave if I take the shirt off. And I don't do that on camera just for, I don't want to scare anybody. You know, you have to hide the women and kids. But we may attempt one today. We'll see if I can remember by the time I get to the end of the shave here. You just have a little extra mirror and you can see what you're doing back there and kind of reverse things. Alright. Let's see. I have not used this yet. Wanted one of these for a while, but wasn't going to overpay and finally got a good deal on one. You were the other person on eBay bidding on it. Sorry. You were 50 cents away from getting it. Just so you know. Alright. Not used the Clark in a little while, so I'll have to compare them at some point. And Dave's fallen off the wagon from his daily shaves, so we are dealing with 4 or 5 days growth. I don't know. But this new blade's going through it. It's a stainless steel. It's not a carbon like Fuzzy prefers, so these can be a little harsh at first, but get the angle and you go, and as you can see, it's going right through that stuff. So I think I paid $20.50 for this. And 21 was my high bid, I believe. So I would have gone more if the case was actually in good condition too. Which, I mean, if the hinge wasn't broke, I should say. So that one pass actually took everything off for the most part that you could see. Get a little more moisture. Little more moisture in this. Apparently I need a little more caffeine juice. I want to mention how smooth that blade smoothed out right away, but I'm afraid I'm going to end up cutting myself if I speak up like that. Definitely some blade feel, but helps you find the angle. Man, that's a good shave on that jawline already. Man. Don't really need another pass, but we'll do one. a little pasty, and I'll need a little bit of lather for my neck. Not much. The neck's not in bad shape right now. I try to keep up with it every few weeks before it gets like that famous YouTuber Fuzzy. Got the old ducktail going on him. I'm assuming, probably shouldn't, but I would assume most everybody that watches mine knows Fuzzy, but he's shaving with Fuzzy. If you don't know of him and you'd like to look him up. Oh, there was a dot of blood on that. Right there, so I caught myself somewhere. Looks like right there, maybe. That's when you're done removing hair and you're starting to remove skin. Like I said, you can feel the blade on this pretty good, which is nice, but requires a slightly shallower angle. So there we are. Nice little razor. Let me get a rinse here. Yep, I knew it spooked too soon. Not bad, a little bit of stinging there. I could feel a little rawness. Probably didn't need that third pass. Fuzzy will start preaching about that. Alright, get my witch haze on that, and I did say, let me see here. Like I said, I probably don't need to shave my neck, but we will give it a shot. Wet the back of my neck a little bit here. So I just use a mirror with the mirror behind me. Find it. It's hard, usually that door's open. Alright, and I usually use an injector or something. We'll grab this injector here. So, end style. That should do it. We'll see here. There's some hair on that. Nothing all that long though. Longer than we want. Alright. That's giving time for all the little weepers on my face to pull up. Okay, Okay, all cleaned up back there. Sounds good. Let's hit it with the little not witch hazel. We're going to hit it with the aftershave now. Healthy dose of that. So there you go. Nice clean shave. All that 4 or 5 days of growth gone off the back of my neck. And we're good to go. Anyway, there you go. A little history on the razor there. Let me take this off, lighten the pressure on that, and should be able to pull that out. And we'll get her cleaned up so you can see it. Little hair stuff came out of there. So there you go. The Ivogue Bakelite handle. Dave in Kentucky, thanks for joining me for a shave. Be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the forum.